I'm excited for these. First time checking out a women's basketball shoe since Moolah Kicks a few years back. Is Breanna Stewart's Puma Stewie 1 worth the $120 retail price? Puma's been on fire with basketball shoes lately. Let's rock. Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down all the performance aspects like the traction, cushion, support, and more for this shoe. But first we'll go ahead and knock out some of the basic info. So I just kind of teased it. I've spent the last few years kind of reviewing basically any type of basketball shoe on the market, whether it be signature athletes lines like KD, Steph, Dame, or just checking out models within bigger brands like Cosmic Unity, GT Cut 2, Jordan Stay Loyal, stuff like that. But today we're going to be checking out WNBA star Breanna Stewart's signature line with Puma that I didn't know existed until this month. And then I found out she's actually on her second model with the brand, but I had to go back and get the ones first. But with the twos being out already, I'll make this a little bit more brief. So I kind of said it in the intro, but the retail price sits at $120. That's not bad at all. That's about what your average basketball shoe is going to cost you. And I say this in all my Puma videos. Whenever I've done like, the TRC Blaze Court Rider, Puma Chaos Slash, stuff like that, a lot of these Puma shoes tend to look the same, mainly because a lot of the time that Puma logo just goes in roughly the same spot on the side of the upper. It looks cool on LaMelo's shoe because they turn it into like, some cool looking flames and stuff like that. But I mean, it is going to be pretty standard. But you're going to see her player logo with Puma kind of show up on the tongue. Miguel and I had a long look at that one. Wasn't quite sure what we had going on, but it does kind of remind you of reminds me of like when you used to draw that cool looking S's where you'd like just keep making enough straight lines to where it eventually made that cool looking like little S Superman logo. Essentially, that's what this reminded me of. Anyways, they did split up the shoe pretty noticeably, like from the front half to the back half being more filled in. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like how an Air Max 270 looks, but the dark portion has some markings on there too. I don't know, I like it, or at least I don't not like it, but let's just see how the Stewie 1 holds up on the court. So now getting into more of the performance side, Puma has a few different cushioning techs that they use in their basketball shoes, but the Stewie 1 is going to get some nitro foam infused within the midsole for superior responsiveness and comfort while remaining lightweight. And I'll touch on that lightweight part in a second because they kind of missed the mark on that. But for me, Puma has been in like a really good spot with the shoes that they've been releasing. I feel like they seem to have at least figured a few things out, like how to make a shoe comfortable and how to make it have grip. Support and stuff like that can vary, but we'll just stay here though and focus on the cushion. I said that like little piece mainly to highlight that this is just going to be another comfortable shoe to hoop in from Puma. Like the cushion's going to be balanced. These have like almost an optical illusion to me. You feel like the heel would maybe be set up to be a little bit more padded, but it gives you, pretty much the same feel all the way throughout. The cushion is going to be balanced, but I mean, comparatively, they are going to fall more so on the good side compared to great side. I mean, a Puma doesn't release a lot of bad shoes whenever it comes to cushion, so they're going to be more good. I just want to say shoes like LaMelo's line, they would give you a little bit more of a softer, just plush feel, but still no complaints. And then using our durometer to check out the midsole, these were reading at a 44, a little bit more on the stiff side, so I'll be honest, I wouldn't call cushioning the main benefit on this model, but it's still not going to be lagging. So now getting into more of the materials and the support. Of the three major sections that we covered today, this is where the Stewie 1 is going to struggle the most. Puma describes this as a disruptive upper construction made with engineered mesh for supportive yet ultra-light feel. And now we can talk about the lightweight business because these aren't really that. The mesh does allow for good airflow, but even with this being a low top shoe, a size 10.5 is going to weigh 492 grams. That's a little closer to 500 than I'd love to see a low top shoe. But this lets you know one thing right away that you can pretty much tell just by picking them up in hand. This is a sturdy model. So if the weight is up, at least they shouldn't like struggle with the containment or just like holding your foot in on harder moves. And laterally, you are going to be covered. Like the bottom two laces even feed through some lace loops. Tightening that up a little bit, that's going to help. But there is a little bit of movement, and that's going to show up more around the back. And I say movement, not slipping, because there are some basketball shoes out there that just seem unplayable because you have no ankle lockdown. It's not to that degree, but with this being a slightly heavier shoe and not the best ankle coverage, that's going to be where the Stewie 1 takes a knock. Wrapping it up with the traction, it took us until the end of the video where we finally reached the pinnacle for the Puma Stewie 1. The pattern is going to be a little bit different or like random with some curved lines in there, but Puma's been killing it when it comes to traction, and these are going to fall right in line. They've just been known for having one of the stickiest setups on the court, and honestly they tend to be pretty loud too. The Stewie 1 was singing during our sweep test. They really offer like the exact type of feel that you should be looking for on a basketball court. And they're not a major dust collector, or at least, not more noticeable than your typical shoe would get on a dirty court, but without question, you could probably tell. Traction is going to be the highlight of this shoe. And then to finish off with sizing, true to size is what I went with. The length allows for about a thumb's width, somewhat narrow though, so it kind of hugs your foot a little bit. I do keep my shoes laced up pretty tight, but I did notice that. But I can't lie, I feel like right now I'm just ready to order the Puma Stewie 2s because these play pretty nice. I could do without the weight. I could do with the weight maybe coming down a little bit, but the cushion plays and the traction plays top tier. And traction is arguably one of the most important aspects, or the most important aspect on the court. So is the Puma Stewie 1 worth $120? For sure. Thank you guys for taking some time to watch. Feel free to throw us a follow or a sub if you like this video. And if you're interested in buying these shoes and you want to support our channel, just click the link here on screen, or we have links down below or in our bio. Feel free to check that out. But until next review, I'm Landon from Shoewear. Peace.